Hello fellow gardeners, and welcome back to Soil Secret Studio. Today we're diving into something truly transformative, a gardening approach that bridges centuries of wisdom with the challenges we face in our modern gardens. There's a forgotten secret buried in ancient Japanese agricultural practices that could unlock unprecedented health and vitality for your garden. It's about more than just mulch, it's a philosophy of Motonai, valuing every resource to create a regenerative ecosystem right in your backyard. Prepare to see your soil and your effort in a completely new light. The ancient problem, our modern solution. We've all been there. You water your garden diligently, yet your plants still look thirsty by midday. You spend weekends pulling weeds that seem to regenerate overnight. You invest in expensive fertilizers, yet your soil feels lifeless and depleted year after year. These frustrations aren't just inconveniences, they're symptoms of disconnection from natural cycles that sustained agriculture for millennia. Enter Motonai, a profound Japanese concept that transcends simple translation. While often interpreted as waste nothing, Motonai carries deeper meaning. It's about recognizing the inherent value in every resource and honoring it by extracting its full potential. This philosophy doesn't merely advocate for recycling or frugality, it calls for a fundamental shift in how we perceive materials around us. When applied to gardening, Motonai reveals that what we've been calling waste, those grass clippings bagged for disposal, those fallen leaves blown to the curb, those pruned branches hauled away, are actually precious resources waiting to nourish our gardens. This ancient wisdom offers not just a solution, but a complete reframing of modern garden challenges. Motonai mulching transforms this beautiful philosophy into tangible garden practice. Rather than viewing your yard's organic output as debris requiring removal, you begin seeing it as a continuous supply of soil-building materials. That pile of autumn leaves, well, that's carbon-rich insulation that protects soil life through winter while slowly decomposing into humus. Those grass clippings from your weekly mowing, they're nitrogen-packed food for soil microbes that accelerates nutrient cycling. And, hey, those cardboard boxes from deliveries, they're biodegradable weed barriers that eventually feed earthworms. Even woody prunings, when chipped or shredded, become long-lasting mulch that creates habitat for beneficial fungi. The practice involves keeping these materials on site and applying them as protective layers over your soil, creating a closed-loop system that mirrors how forest floors naturally regenerate themselves. You're not importing resources from distant sources or sending your garden's bounty to landfills. You're honoring the full cycle of growth and decay right where you stand. This initial layering process becomes almost meditative. You're not just spreading mulch, you're participating in an ancient practice of resource stewardship that has sustained communities through generations. The immediate benefits of Motonai mulching become apparent within weeks. That thick layer of organic material acts as a physical barrier, blocking light from weed seeds and preventing that endless cycle of germination that plagues bare soil. Moisture retention improves dramatically because the mulch layer shields your soil from direct sun and wind, reducing evaporation by up to 70% in some climates. Your watering frequency drops, your water bills decrease, and your plants experience more consistent moisture levels, the kind of stability that translates into vigorous growth and stress resistance. Temperature regulation is another gift from this practice. During scorching summer days, mulched soil remains significantly cooler than exposed earth, protecting delicate root systems and soil organisms from heat stress. In winter, that same insulating layer buffers against freeze-thaw cycles that can heave plants from the ground and damage root structures. But the real magic unfolds beneath the surface, invisible yet transformative. As these organic materials decompose, they activate your soil food web, that intricate community of bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, and arthropods that forms the foundation of soil health. These organisms break down the mulch materials, releasing nutrients in plant-available forms through natural cycles that no synthetic fertilizer can replicate. Fungal networks extend throughout the mulch layer, connecting plants and facilitating nutrient exchange. Earthworms tunnel upward to feed on decomposing material, then retreat deeper, effectively tilling your soil and creating channels that improve drainage and aeration. Over months and seasons, your soil structure evolves, becoming crumbly, dark, and rich with that earthy aroma that signals biological vitality. This is living soil, the kind that holds water like a sponge yet drains freely, that releases nutrients steadily rather than in boom-bust cycles, that suppresses disease while promoting beneficial organisms. The environmental implications of mulching, well, they really extend far beyond your garden fence. Consider that yard waste actually makes up nearly 13% of municipal solid waste in many regions. Yeah, that's millions of tons of organic material buried in landfills, where it breaks down anaerobically and produces methane, which is a pretty potent greenhouse gas. When you practice mulching, you're diverting significant volumes from this waste stream, transforming what used to be a disposal problem into a real soil solution. Your water consumption drops meaningfully, which, honestly, matters profoundly in our era of increasing drought and water scarcity. By reducing or even eliminating synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, you're preventing chemical runoff that degrades waterways and disrupts aquatic ecosystems. This practice naturally cultivates mindfulness that, ripples into other areas of life. You start questioning what else you've been conditioned to view as waste. Kitchen scraps become compost ingredients, paper products are reconsidered through the lens of garden utility. As you get into this, you really start to develop an eye for organic materials in your community. That neighbor's bagged leaves suddenly become treasure, coffee shop's spent grounds transform into amendments, and local tree services' wood chips turn into pathways and bed mulch. Mulching isn't just a gardening technique, it's honestly a gateway to examining our consumption patterns, appreciating natural cycles, and recognizing the interconnections between our choices and environmental health. Your Motanai garden journey starts with, nothing exotic, just a willingness to see familiar materials in a new light. Begin by identifying what organic materials you already generate, like lawn clippings, leaves, spent plants, and kitchen scraps that are suitable for composting. Take a look around and observe what's available in your community too. Municipalities often offer free wood chips or compost. Neighbors might be more than happy to share their so-called yard waste, and local businesses could provide cardboard or other organic materials. Start small, maybe with just a single bed or area, and apply a layer of mixed organic materials about 2 to 4 inches thick. Just remember to keep the mulch away from direct contact with plant stems to help prevent rot, and try to avoid some common pitfalls, like matting grass clippings too thickly, since that can create anaerobic conditions, or using materials that have been treated with herbicides that stick around even after decomposition. Now, it's your turn to embrace this ancient wisdom. I encourage you to share your own Motanai moments in the comments below. What materials are you transforming from waste into a resource, and what changes have you noticed in your soil and plants? Remember, every garden is a unique ecosystem, and your observations really do contribute to our collective knowledge. If you found value in today's exploration of Motanai mulching, please subscribe to Soil Secrets Studio and share this video with fellow gardeners who might benefit from this perspective. Together we're not just growing gardens, we're cultivating a more mindful, regenerative relationship with the earth beneath our feet. Happy gardening, and may your soil thrive with the wisdom of ages.